Hey guys, Michael John Sunderland here from 90 Plus CAMSAT. This is a model MMI response to the STEM. A 30-year-old woman refuses a Caesarean section that would be essential to save the life of her normal full-term child. Can you compel her to have an operation? Is she rational to exercise her rights in this way? So this is a more complex question, and it deals with competing ethical principles. In this case, the autonomy of the mother, in the sense that that's what she's asked. There's also a non-maleficence issue here, in the sense of there is, with all operations, a small risk to the life of the mother. But of course, there's the non-maleficence with respect to the rights of the child and whether they legally or ethically have rights in this situation, which is obviously a polarizing topic, particularly in places like America. So with all ethical dilemmas, I think it's important to note that, especially at the level that you're at, you're not expected to have an absolute answer. In fact, with anything that's very challenging, I'd encourage you to say, you can give your working out, as in your internal process of thinking about the topic, and you should do that, because that's where the marks are. Even if you just give them an answer, they're only going to try and extrapolate from that answer what led you to it. So you may as well just tell them. It's like giving the working out for a maths problem, not just the answer. And you can get working, so marks for your working out. But after giving the process you're working, it's absolutely okay to say, look, in this case, I would speak to a superior. I don't think I'm authorized to make a decision like that. I'd probably say that in this case, to be honest. But just be aware there's no right and wrong. It's more just about how you weigh it up and kind of the sensitivity that you bring to it. So let's get into it. So this is, as I said, an example of competition between autonomy and non-maleficence. This is actually a true scenario. This happened in the UK. And in that case, the doctors had the patient admitted compulsorily to the psychiatric ward. So she was sectioned, so to speak. They argued that the decision implied that she was mentally unstable. Once she was in the hospital, they operated on her without consent. In this true scenario, the law said that she was wrong, or that they were wrong on 2 counts. Consent is still required even for a patient who's been admitted compulsorily to a psychiatric hospital, if she can still understand the issues involved. And second, the unborn child under UK law has no rights. That may be the law, but is it ethical? And so it comes in again, how we can weight the medical pillars ethically versus legally, where, for example, legally, patient autonomy would be number 1, whereas ethically, truth and integrity and beneficence and non-maleficence might be a bit higher. All right, so I'm going to pop a minute on the clock. I haven't prepared this whatsoever, and I'm just going to have a crack. Let me get a timer up. Okay. This is an extremely challenging scenario because it implies the life and death of an unborn child and also the need to prioritize and respect patient autonomy. It also involves significant legal repercussions, both for me and the hospital. The truth is, in a situation like this, I'm not sure that I have enough experience and am authorized to make a decision, and I would definitely seek advice from a superior before making a decision like that. However, I think the things that are important to consider here is that it's possible that I wonder about the risk of, if you cause the death of the child, that the patient may come back later and in a clearer state of mind, perhaps, and hold you to account for that. I think in this case, it would be important to get psychiatric or psychological help to assess how capable she is of making a decision like this. All right, that's a minute. That wasn't my strongest answer. I think it wasn't well structured. I think I would have been better to have begun with it's complex because it challenges this and this, or it competes this principle and this principle. I think I could have then gone into a statement of the various factors in the situation. Is she mentally well? Are we certain it's going to cause the death of the child? On what basis might she have a right to say that? And what are the legal repercussions in the state or territory that we're acting in regarding the rights of the unborn child? And then I might conclude by saying that it's just that I would seek advice from a superior, which I think is always good to do, to be deferent in med, especially for a med interview. All right, I hope that gives you some things to think about, and I hope it helps. Thanks.